Americans, we better wake up. A civil war is coming, and it's not the one you think. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, June the 21st, after the longest day of the year, which means it's been a crappy spring and we're going into summer, and here comes the days get shorter. In the meantime, here we are, and of course, the outrage and the riots and the protesting and all of the Black Lives Matter, everything is going on. And of course, if you ask my opinion, which you may or may not, but we are headed towards a civil war. We have been in this camp for years as we watch the deterioration of American citizens that continue to give up their human rights and give up their right to do things, as we watch the social media, Twitter and Facebook, and everybody taking away your ability to communicate through their systems, while things like TikTok and others, actually, I guess, from the story, phonily blocked the Trump rally and the attendance that was going to be there. And as AOC sits back and cheers, what a great thing they did. Think about what they really did. They are taking away the ability that you have to communicate with free speech. Okay, we are now being more controlled by the left. And again, it's not that I'm left or right, but in this case, it is quite evident that our freedom is being destroyed. Okay, and of course, you may hate the current president, but if he wins again, which he probably should or will, he's only got 4 more years. Okay. In the meantime, if we go back in the last 4 years, what has the left done? Absolutely nothing. Okay. But try to manipulate the laws, try to change the world, try to block every possible thing that would help the freedom of Americans. Until the recent COVID virus, we were flourishing. Okay, things were going along very smoothly. So you may hate the current president. However, he has done many of the things that he had promised that he would do. Okay, and here we are into these protests, and there is a story. Now, again, I don't have confirmation of this. This is more, I guess we'll call it hearsay or whatever. But according to some media reports, the Black Lives Matter, one of the co-founders of it, says that their whole job is to get President Trump out. So are they really fighting against racism and for equality, or are they fighting just to get the current president out of office? That I don't know, nor would I even speculate, but it is a story that's out there. But I think when you look at what's going on, now we know there's some big money behind much of the protest. We know that, and again, I'm not going to mention names, but you've heard me mention the name before, okay? But it is somebody who turned the Jews over to the Nazis during World War II, okay, as a Jewish man. So again, if somebody's willing to do that, think of what they're willing to do. But if you think that you can erase all of history, okay, and start a blank page from today, you will, as a socialist nation, okay, without any freedom. Okay, again, be careful what you wish for, as the UN now recognizes Antifa, okay, as a given their support. Okay, now again, is that what you want? Okay, a bunch of animals running around beating the crap out of you. Okay, so again, I think there's a lot of things going around. Okay, and there's we see all this outrage for the Tulsa rally. Where's the outrage against COVID for all the protesters? Okay, are they different? Is a rally, a political rally, any different than all the protesting and all the people shoulder to shoulder? Okay, rioting and looting. Okay, again, peaceful protests are fine. That is an American right. But if you continue to support much of the things that are going on, you will no longer have your rights. Okay, again, hey, it's just one man's opinion. Okay, but again, the left wants to put a candidate together that is totally inept. Okay, who's already senile. Okay, who probably has already early onset dementia. Again, I'm not that happens to anybody, but you can see that he can't remember his own name half the time. So again, just America, I ask you to think about it. Okay. Again, I don't know that if I'm right, but I can certainly see trouble coming. And I can certainly see that this is not only about the Black Lives Matter. Okay. This is very similar to other major coups over history. Okay. And it's being built by money from inside. Again, just one man's opinion. Okay. Again, it's not, I don't have fact, but I'm certainly concerned. I can see my freedoms being taken away. Okay. And I can see the story and the writing on the wall. Now, for me at my age, it won't make a hell of a lot of difference. I mean, I ain't got that much time left. Okay. But this is not the direction of a country that is going to thrive going forward when you're having major organizations that are now pushing against the United States of America. And why? Because the current president of the United States has destroyed the free money train for many. Okay. We'll see. Okay. In the meantime, okay. We've seen obviously a lot of action this week. We've seen, a market that has moved up and down, and we'll get more into the markets. But, I think when you look at what you see going on, okay, this COVID virus, the shutting down of it has been, I think, more damaging, and the extended shutdown. Again, what are we really doing? We're wiping out businesses. We're wiping out the weak, the small, the ones that need to be in business every day. And of course, right here in the state of Illinois, okay, we will have no small business left by the time this imbecile governor and idiot mayor reopen. Okay. I mean, again, think about it. Right now, we're seeing more COVID cases. They're spiking. Of course, are they spiking because there was because we're doing more testing, or are they spiking because there's more danger? Okay. Now, again, we have not seen death spiking. I bet you that if we took the temperature forever and always did, you would find a lot more cases of the common cold and the flu. Okay. So again, I ask you, was it worth shutting down? Okay. For this long a period of time? And should we shut down again? And the answer is no, I don't think. I think, again, you have to let business go. Otherwise, you've now wiped out. You're probably going to lose a minimum of 30% of small business that are independently owned, that really are the main drivers of employment in this country. Entrepreneurship is being destroyed as we continue to see many of these major cities make you shut down. California, New York, Illinois. Ridiculous what they're trying to do. And of course, again, most of my favorite restaurants are already closed forever, and they will never open again. Many of the places I'd like to be at are closed and will never open again. Okay. So again, I think the next thing you've got to worry about, and this is going to be the big trigger right here, you've got inflation to worry about. With the 18 trillion or 21 trillion worldwide of money being flooded into these markets, that is not healthy either. Okay. what that really helped is the extremely wealthy to continue to line their pockets, which some of them are behind this movement. They're taking it over. Okay. And again, you can go back and read The Creature from Jekyll Island. This type of action was almost scripted. Okay. When they got the Federal Reserve somehow passed into law, okay, and became an organization. Of course, they had to make it the Federal Reserve, even though it's a private corporation. Okay, but you can see that the destruction of small business is also part of the destruction of your rights. Okay, because again, it takes away the voice. Okay. And I think that when you look at the bigger picture, you might find out that we might be right here. Okay. And you might find out that the imaginary things you are fighting for, you're really fighting against yourself. So it's something to look at. Okay. It is something to understand because the banks are out of control. Okay. Again, remember, banks have the ability to print money on their own. Banks have the ability to lend out at a ratio of about 10 to 1. And as I've said many times before on these airways, I will bet a lot of money that many or most are lending out at a higher leverage than 10 to 1 and don't have enough assets to cover. But again, because of the way that system works, banking almost works like a Ponzi scheme as well. It's not a true Ponzi scheme, but again, if I've got $1 and I can loan out 10, I only need a few to pay me back, okay? Because I'm only really lending out the $1, okay? So think about that and where we end up with all this. But again, you're going to see, I think, some crazy inflation. If you just watched what happened in Venezuela, okay, not that long ago, okay? And again, this isn't new. These are things that have happened before. Now, I thought it would be hard to happen in this country, but as you get more of a stronghold from others, you can see a lot of these problems. Okay. So again, take it for what it's worth. Obviously, my opinion, but again, I think you're going to see some major issues, but I think the biggest thing Americans are seeing today is the loss of your freedom to have a speech and to vote for who you want to vote for. You are being directed to where they want you to go. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz. We're going to step out here for a break, and we'll be back right after the break with more. What's up, all? Hey, so here we are, and it's it's a Sunday. It's Bubba's Bottom Line, and of course, we've got our brand new Technimental Commodities Report written by Andy Hecht, who, of course, is the #1 author for Seeking Alpha. Also, at one time, the world's largest silver trader, and, of course, also traveled worldwide trading the physical commodities that you and I like to trade. So he put together a very detailed report that is just loaded and packed with details and, covering all of the commodity markets and some of the ETFs. Want to check it out? Go to BubbaTrading.com. It's called Technimental. It's $100 a month or $800 a year. And of course, don't forget about our brokerage partners. We've got the greatest, I think. Okay. And in commodities and futures, that is CTG Group, who also does all of our letter of direction trading. They are on top of it. They have a great customer service, and they make sure that you are taken care of. Now, I have accounts elsewhere myself, but I also have most of my stuff with CTG because of the services that they provide. And of course, for equities, okay, again, there's nothing like Tradier. Tradier is by far, in my opinion, the greatest deal ever in the trading world. $10 a month flat, okay, and you get no other commissions, no phony. This is free, but it's 35 cents a contract. It's free, $10, okay. They've got great customer service. They do a great job for our clients. Okay, we are tied into their API, so as we start to automate more, we get automated trading out of it. So again, you want to check out CTG or Tradier, just email me at bubbatrading.com. I have some special links for you for them. And of course, don't forget about our high school program, okay, at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And we're going to have to educate these high school kids because I think they've got a lot of things backwards, and I can smell and see a lot of trouble in the future. Let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horwitz. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line, and it is Todd Bubba Horwitz. And of course, markets, what a week. Okay. What a week we had. I mean, you look at the week, and if you had fallen asleep all week, it was an unchanged week, which is basically about where markets ended. But they were coming back and railing and spiking and going, and suddenly, out of nowhere, okay, on triple witching Friday, okay, which again is a bunch of horse crap anyways now, there is no longer truly a triple witching cycle because the way they've already staggered the expirations, the true triple witching was everything expired at the same time. Okay, that doesn't happen anymore. But in the meantime, there was extra volume, and of course, suddenly, after a huge opening rally, okay, and the markets looked like they were going to the moon, and we were predominantly short on a lot of things, and it was like, wow, it's going to be ugly, we're going to have to reverse. But by the end of the day, a funny thing happened, the markets fell apart and got waxed. Okay, now again, does that mean that we're turning over and we're going the other way? We don't predict. Okay, we take the price action. So as of today, we still remain short the Dow, short the Russell, short the S&P, long the NASDAQ. Okay. Now again, what's my opinion? My opinion is we're going a lot lower, but that doesn't mean we won't have a rally tonight or tomorrow. Now I think tonight's going to be a very interesting open. There's a lot of quirky information out there, some of which we talked about in the first part of the show. But there's a lot of things out there that could lead me to believe we could be down huge or up big. Okay. Again, it's hard to get a real grasp on where it's going to go. But at the end of the day, okay, it doesn't matter. Again, we're continuing to trade the price action, but the volatility had remained high. We'd commented a couple of weeks on why it looked like the volatility was overpriced. Suddenly, we're getting some movement, which means maybe the VIX and the volatility was more in tune to the market than the traders. Okay, so again, remember, that's why we follow price action only. So we'll remain in our business. Obviously, we're going to be net short till at least Tuesday. And, you take a look at the metals. And that was another interesting story because, of course, let me not rephrase it that way, but in times of trouble, okay, many run to gold. And, history tells us, okay, to own gold. Not in market design, but again, there's political unrest, as we discussed. There's a lot of things going on. And, of course, that may be the only currency around, right? Well, we know we get cryptos and other things. But again, that is an issue that can show itself. But suddenly, gold, and I've written about it every day, we're long gold and silver. And I just said, no, they look ugly. Obviously, I'm staying long because of the market action and the price action. But I know it's getting ready to change because you could just see the ugliness. And suddenly Friday, bang, spike up right through the first resistance of 1750 in gold and then a little bit higher. Now, again, what does it mean? We'll see. We'll see as the price action. But now we've got it doesn't look as bad. Okay. Now, this could have been a one-hit wonder and just a short covering rally. And we'll see price action. Silver, very similar to the thing, and we remain long silver, but they don't look as bad today as they did last week during the week. And platinum, of course, we're still short platinum, but platinum had a nice little move as well. Oil, again, for the second time, it has now failed at 40 once again. Now, we are long oil. I hate it, but we did fail at 40 once again. Now, again, it doesn't mean we won't blow through it tonight, but it is an issue. And I thought that was pretty good resistance. Now, we'll stay long oil until it changes, but I'm hoping, nothing would give me more pleasure. You want more big spike because it would drag up our sell point much higher. Because I really can't. I'm impatiently waiting to get short oil. And the bond market, it's really, the bonds have really broken to the downside. Okay. Now, again, we're still long bonds, but we've broken to the bottom side of some support based on the way I would look at the chart. And of course, I said when we were much higher, I'd like to be short. I'd love to be short. I think we will reverse here at some point. Again, but they don't look good. To me, that means that we're going to see higher interest rates, which I do believe we are. As much as the Fed has tried to manipulate the dollar, you can see the dollar's starting to spike once again. Okay, and I didn't think we'd get back there, but we came down to 95 as we predicted, okay, and thought would be support. I didn't think that it would spike back. Right now, we're looking like we're going to try to test and take another run to the upside again. So we'll see. We're going to reverse our dollars tonight and go long the U.S. dollar. So we'll see what that does bring to us when we're done. I mean, that natural gas is kind of choppy, and we're still short natural gas. It's just flipping back and forth around. And copper continues to be really strong. It had a couple of rough days last week, but again, we're still long copper as well. And obviously, we'll stay there until, again, remember, everything we do is only based on price action. I don't care about news. I don't care about what happens. The price action, for me, will dictate everything. And as we look into the world of agriculture, okay, well, the grains, other than wheat, have suddenly started to look a lot better. Okay, corn at a nice move and looks like it's right on the verge of busting out, along with soybeans. And again, I'm expecting, we're long both corn and soybeans, but even when we were short, I would tell you that I would prefer to be long. I think you're going to see some kind of pretty big move. I think you've got a very interesting dichotomy here. You've got the funds are heavily short and have been trying to muscle this market to the downside and really haven't been that successful in re-breaking it down. And the commercials who are long are looking to get longer. And I think you're going to see a massive short covering rally. Now, the only problem in the grain markets, of course, we're still shorted, but is wheat. Okay, wheat has been extremely bad and weak. But again, I think you could see a turnaround here as well. But again, we'll stay short the wheat, long corn, long beans until all that changes. And the meats, hogs remain a mystery. Okay. Now there's some more swine flu or whatever now and somewhere else in the world. We'll see what kind of action it brings to the hog market, but they have struggled mightily and we remain short. Cattle, we remain long, both fats and feeders, and expect to see some more runs to the upside. Again, I expect much higher prices pretty much across the board in ag. Even the ones we're short, I'd like to get long. But again, we're not going to, assume ahead of time. We're going to wait patiently for the signals to change because once again, the algorithms killed it once again this week. Okay. And out of the depths of destruction, Friday turned almost all of our trades around from break-even losers to big winners. So it's once again, and I'm going to have to open, because I had made some commitments, I'm going to have to open the futures portfolios for another couple of weeks. So again, if you're interested, you reach out to me anytime you want. But overall, again, because we don't predict markets, but I do see in my own mind, again, I will never trade the opinion I'm giving you now. But I do think we're going to, at some point, and possibly this year, test those lows again. Okay, I think that we're more in bubble territory. One thing about listening to the economists and all the other imbeciles is that they're not going to say, I think we're in a bubble. Now again, I give you a full disclosure. In the 90s, I knew it was a bubble as well. Unfortunately, I almost went broke trying to be short. I turned out to be right, but I wasn't able, I didn't have the capital to hang. Okay. It was either take a chance and go bust or close and start over. And of course, we decided to rebuild and not give it up because again, the key thing when you're trading and you're investing is inventory, which inventory is cash. Okay. So if you give up your cash, then you've got no inventory, then you can't play the game. And remember, always remember, okay, trading itself, investing itself are probability models. Okay. It's more about the math and how you handle it, which is controlling your money, putting everything together and making sure that everything works so that you never run out, so you can continue to trade or invest and do things you want. So again, remember, very important. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. I am Todd Bubba Horwitz. We're going to step out here for a break and we will be back with more of my commentary, which I kind of snuck a lot in the beginning, but I'll be back with more. We'll be right back. Bubba's Bottom Line. So everybody, look, we got some great things for you. I mean, look, Bottom line is my company, Bubba Trading, is built on honesty. My company is built on telling you the facts. We make money. We tell you we make money. We lose money. We tell you lose money. Each and every week I send you, for those members, a full report, okay, of exactly what the results were of the week, whether it's a winner or a loser. I never hide from the fact or the truth. I tell you all the time, there is going to be drawdowns in this business, and any of you who tells you otherwise is a liar. All right. So again, remember when you're chasing the shiny keys around, looking for the person that's going to give you $1 billion for nothing, which is all bull, that we always want to lay it out right. I have no interest in trying to fool anybody. I'm trying to teach and help educate anybody who wants to be one of my members. In the meantime, don't forget about our report, Technomental. Again, it's a great report. Andy is part of the company now. Okay, so we got Andy and Dr. Fame, Andy Heck, but Andy Heck, #1 writer for Seeking Alpha. At one point, the biggest silver trader in the world. Technomental covers all the commodity markets in complete detail, not 2 lines. I'm talking about pages on each commodity, giving you his view from a fundamental and a technical side. Technomental. Okay. Want to check it out? Go to BubbaTrading.com. You can see it and you can sign up for it. It's $100 a month or $800 a year. And again, brokers, we get the greatest. Okay. Again, look, I have brokerage accounts in many places, but my mainstay for futures and commodities is CTG Group. Why? Because again, I got great customer service. I pick up the phone, I call, they answer. It's not because they know it's me. They answer for everybody. Okay. They do all of our letter direction trading. They've got some great new products coming out. Okay. And those new products are going to be, something that you may be interested in. Okay. So again, they're great. And Tradier, look, Tradier is continuing to grow. They're free. $10 a month. No other commissions. Great customer service. The owners, the people are great. Again, I've had a great relationship with them for years. And again, I've got my account. I've got my key accounts at Tradier and CTG. That's all. It's that simple. Look, I've got other accounts. I've got Thinkorswim, others. I'm just saying that for me, that's where I would go if I was looking again, A, customer service, and B, price. Okay. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's bottom line and my commentary. Okay. And we will end it up for the day. Welcome back to Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horwitz. And of course, I did give you a lot of commentary in the beginning, but I got more. Okay. And again, here's where the continuation of my concerns are. Here we are. We have a presidential election coming up. And of course, they're talking debates and everything. And of course, Joe Biden, okay, only wants to have questions that he knows before he answers them. Now, is that what we really want? A president, is when we get into a problem, is the enemy, okay, going to send you their problems first before you get in? I think, again, Americans, you are looking at giving up your freedom. You may think it's funny. You may be so against Donald Trump that you back what AOC did, but AOC is nothing more than a socialist. Okay, AOC, as her district continues to be poor and bust, she continues to collect her $190,000 a year salary or whatever the hell she's getting. She didn't miss any paychecks during the COVID shutdown. She's getting paid every week. Okay. So again, I think be careful what you wish for, America, because you may end up in the crapper. Okay. With a whole new regime of people that you might not want to be part of. Again, I'm a big supporter of equal rights. I'm a big supporter of Black Lives Matter from a equal stance, equal rights. Listen, I believe in equal rights for everybody. Women, women, Jews, blacks, America, everybody should be together. Okay. I mean, I think it's one, it should be one. Okay. That's what I believe. And that's how I was brought up. But at the end of the day, if you think that what you're saying now is going to make things better, you better think again. You cannot destroy history of the United States of America. Okay? History is what has happened. That is how we learn from the past. If you erase it, you will find the same things over and over again. We don't teach enough good history because it's always biased anyways in this country. So really, let's learn from what happened in the past so that we don't repeat the ignorance of what we have seen. Okay. So we don't have slavery. So we don't have all these other issues out there. Okay. I mean, again, you think that by erasing it, it's going to change. If you erase it, you're going to make it worse in the future, because there's always going to be a group that's going to want to take over and grab and turn somebody into a minority. Okay? You watch. Again, all I say to you is this. I've said this for years. There is a civil war or a revolution gonna come here. Okay? Because you are allowing and you are being fooled by those that have been in office for 50 to 60 years that have done nothing for you in the time that they've been there. And it doesn't matter which party. Pick either side of this. Okay? But you're letting these people that have done nothing for 30, 40, 50, 60 years come and take over. And if you want to end up in a crapper, you keep those jackasses in, and you got a lot more to worry about. And it ain't going to be pretty. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. I always appreciate you being here, and thanks for listening to my views. Again, everybody have a great week, and hopefully we'll keep making progress in the COVID, and we'll continue to keep things open. The last thing we want to do is see things closed again. But to all of you, have a great Sunday. Thank you so much, and we will see you back here tomorrow with Bubba's Daily Update. And of course, be healthy, be safe. And if it's nice and you're allowed to go out and have freedom, go enjoy yourself. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bubba's Bottom Line.